Hello, it is Sunday, excuse me, July 13th, 2025. And again, I'll be reading from the United Church of Christ Daily Devotional using a Christian text to talk about life. And actually, this devotion does a good job of that, I think. So, anyway, the devotion for today is entitled Agnotology, written by Quinn G. Caldwell. And Quinn bases the devotion upon Amos chapter 3, verses 4b through 5a, New Revised Standard Version. Does a young lion cry out from its den if it has caught nothing? Does a bird fall into a snare on the earth when there is no trap for it? And then Quinn writes, one of the mysteries of the age is how so many people remain so committed to ignorance, to the willful misinterpretation of signs, causes, and data. Climate change denial, flat earthism, anti-vaxxism. Not one of these can stand up to an honest encounter with science or fact. And yet, people who study intentionally created ignorance think it starts with some hard wiring in our brains. Most species have side-set eyes, letting them take in tons of unfocused information from a huge radius. We, on the other hand, have front-set eyes of the predator, designed for laser focus on details. We have brains to match, phenomenally adept at filtering out, remaining ignorant of, data. No need to process the twittering passage of a sparrow off to the right. If I look away from that deer right in front of me, I might go hungry. That evolutionary history is easily exploited now by companies looking to misdirect. Cigarettes aren't the problem, genes are. By social media algorithms that feed you only what you already agree with, but no actual science, mind you. By politicians looking to control instead of serve. By TikTokers who yell facts at lightning speed. And then our brains get tricked into filtering out other essential data. Part of the solution is to learn to go wide in our reading, in our research, in our learning, in our travel, in our acquaintance. Most of the solution is to decide what our core commitments are and then use what evolution gave us to remain laser focused on them. And then Quinn's prayer. Grant that I may stay laser focused. First on love, which is to say on you, and then on truth. A few things that went through my mind as I was reading this is, I think one of the biggest issues we're seeing in our world today is a narrow understanding and narrow viewpoint. Not taking in enough data, not expanding our look, not being quote unquote woke, because I think that's really what it is just being aware of differences and the diversity around us, and understanding that our individual selves don't run the world, or they aren't built around us in particular, but around the community as a whole, creation as a whole. And if we don't work together, we'll die. So, anyway, that was one of the things that went through my mind as I was reading this, and just how much people can be manipulated by narrowly feeding them particular data that suits the purpose of the data givers, rather than in truly helping people to live in community and live in a better life together, and understanding our interconnectedness in this world. We may be separate people with unique cultures and languages, and yet we have our common humanity that binds us together, and our connectedness to the earth upon which we are dependent for everything. And I think the way to combat all this is as Quinn said, to go wide in our reading, have an open mind in our reading, in our research, and in learning. Travel a lot, visit lots of different people, um, with the effort of trying to understand how they live and how what they do and how they live may be different, but doesn't mean that it's any better or any worse. It's just different. And see what you can learn from them and better ways of learning. I know for myself, certainly, one thing that helped me tremendously was living in Germany for 2 years, Europe in general, and experiencing the various cultures and understanding and having my eyes open to some of the wonderful aspects of the culture that they have that we don't have, and what we can learn from that and expand our own experiences in life by maybe adapting what we can into our own lives and our own culture, rather than going in with the assumption that we know what's best and we have nothing to learn from anyone else, which seems to be the prevalent thing in the United States today. That everyone, our culture seems to think that we have nothing to learn. There's many people from our culture who think we have nothing to learn from anyone else in the world, and we have so much to learn. Anyway, those are my thoughts for this day. Maybe I've given you something to think about and a way to approach whatever your sacred texts are, and encourage you to try to expand your focus. Broaden your experiences in your life and try to come to understand the lives of people not like you, and understand how they live and the things that drive them and the passions that they have, and understand them for yourself so that you can grow to understand them and understand yourself as well. So, hope I've given you something to think about for today, and hope to talk to you again soon.